Hi, everyone. It's Tammy Langowski with Tammy's Channel Chats. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm an intuitive advisor to your questions. I offer intuitive readings, and you can reach me at tammysintuitive.com. I have a contact page on there if you want to fill that out to reach me. So anyway, I come on and I give some channeled messages from my guides. I'm clairaudient, clairvoyant. So today I do actually have from a viewer, I do take questions. So if you ever want to, send in a question for me to take a look at for you, I'm happy to do that. I really love to work with other people's questions. So sometimes I can just open up or will open up and just let my guides kind of give me whatever they want. But I do have one, well, I have several, but one I want to address today. And it's a great question. So the question is, what does Spirit say about humans not taking better care of the planet? And what are we to learn? So what do we say about that? Humans not taking better care of the planet. So what I'm going to do is just take a moment to kind of, my guides are already with me here, but, just formally just putting my attention to them and opening up. You'll see it's just a reminder for those who have already been viewing. I've already spoke about this, but if not, if you see my hand moving a lot, it's just our way of communication. I allow my guides to kind of express with my hand. I tend to talk with my hands anyway a lot, but when they're coming in, I kind of open up for them to do that. I have control over that the whole time, so it's nothing weird or strange. All right, so what do we say about the humans taking better care of the planet? We humans, guides, on our beautiful planet. Let me see here. Well, we're knowing that you're needing to do more is what I'm hearing, because not enough is being done. We probably would all agree with that. Okay, just opening up again. We see the planet surviving because there are those of you who are wishing it to do well and to prosper and to thrive. You are the balancers to your ecosystems are also saying are suffering. And there are those on the planet who are doing their part to try and make a difference. And we applaud you. It is the little things that you can do to help the environment. All of you taking an active part in it individually will help the planet, of course. We do believe in time that the planet will rebound, in a sense. They're saying that's good news, that it will get to a place where more people are more concerned and there are bigger decisions being made to protect the planet. And all of you will have a part in that. And they're telling me there's going to be more emphasis on that. It may be, it may be coming up in the next few years even. They're telling me right now with the energy reads, anytime I say anything about the future, and our guides would agree, it's kind of the energy around it now, it's likely to happen. So we hope it goes in that direction if it's something positive, obviously. But I feel like 2024, there seems to be an emphasis more on kind of what we're doing with the planet, what uses we're using, what things, materials we're using, and being able to start looking at ways that are going to be more affordable, I even hear, and suggestions that we can do, whether it's buying certain products that we can use that helps the environment, or just more emphasis on what we can do to contain. I'm even getting like fires and things like that here in California. And it comes and goes, it comes and goes. There are people who are doing their part, obviously, and organizations who are spending their time looking at these things. This becomes broader, is what I feel. I can get 20, now 25. It starts to broaden so that we start, I think we're going to get to a place where we can start putting more emphasis on some of that than some of the things we've been putting emphasis on now, or things that have been in the political world, the pandemic, and things like that. By that time, we start to almost like rise above it. At least that's what the energy is showing us right now. And I hope, but this sounds positive, so I hope it will go in and continue to go in that direction. So it does feel like in time it's going to be happening. Again, we can all do our small parts right now to work on our visualizations, first of all, spiritually speaking, of what we would like to see happen. Those visualizations mean something, they do help. And then anything that you know that you can do in your day-to-day routine that will help environmental issues. Okay, I wanted to also address that second part, make sure that I read that correctly. Yeah, what are we to learn from this? That's a really good part of that question. What are we to learn from all of this going on with our environment and, let's say, pollution and the things that are the negative of it? Well, simply that you can do better. So we have it here when things get really big and serious and it draws your attention, that's when things get done. So it's not all for nothing right now. Sometimes things need to happen kind of big, and it may take time to get to that point, but that's when we find, guides saying, change happens. And so if you're seeing things that are magnifying in your world, and it can be in many different categories, that's often what promotes the change and gets it going in a direction. So what are we to learn? Like they said, that we can do better. And not all is for nothing. Everything that you go through, even the negatives of what's happened with, you know, how we've maybe treated the planet or are treating the planet. I'm going to say in the more negative situations, again, there are many people that are doing really great things for the planet as well and are focused on that. And we kudos, that's the balance. That's what's keeping things buoyant. More eyes will be starting to look more in that direction when we have also, they're saying leaders, I don't get into politics much, but they're saying leaders who will start putting emphasis on these sorts of things. So of course that makes sense also, doesn't it? Because when we have it out there in the news, you know, and all that, then we are more aware as a collective, and then we can start, you know, going in that direction of things that we can do that's going to help. And that's what I feel is going to go up. It's so funny how they start at 2024, now say 2025, now I see 2026. Maybe it begins at 2024 and it just is rising in that way. I think we're going to get to a point where we can finally, is what I hear, start looking at planetary things and not so much of the things that are just so heavy right now that we're trying to get through at this time. So I always try to make these Tammy's channel chats, you know, a package small in time, because you have other things to do with your day. And I appreciate you taking time to view these. So that's what I'm receiving to that question. And there's more to come. They said, keep your thoughts positive, love the planet, visually, energetically, doing your part when you think about it. They just showed me picking up even like litter, you know, when you see litter that you think is somebody else's problem. If you are able to do that in a safe manner, then help, because those steps mean something. It is being viewed, I feel like, from our higher sources and so forth, and your angels, guides, etc. But the energy that you put out, even by picking up a piece of litter, is really positive. And you don't always see the effect of that, but it's happening, they said. So when you take your attention away from being so much in the self and self-centered, and you look at more like, okay, that may not be my piece of trash that I threw away, but I'm going to pick it up and dispose of it properly. How do you feel? All of us probably have done that. I would hope so at some point, but, you know, and think about it. How did it make you feel? Even that moment might have been a glimpse of a moment, might have just been a very passing emotion, but it felt good. And so the more that we're aware of that, and the more that we can do those sorts of things are going to help. And be careful of the usage of things that we can. Try to dispose of things the best we can. But I think more emphasis is going to be finally put on those things in the years to come. Could be, like I said, the next 5 years, maybe sooner. but where more and more things are going to be put in that direction. So anyway, that's what I'm getting for that question. And thank you so much. Any questions that you have that are for the high, the better good and for all of us, general questions, please do let me know. You can certainly, again, contact me through my contact form. I'm on social media. Tammy's Intuitive Services is what it's under for Instagram and Facebook. And I'd love to have your questions to work with. And thank you for those who have been sending some of those in. So thank you so much. Any comments are appreciated as well. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now.